Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today we're going to be covering our weekly numbers report. I usually do these on Fridays, but we have been so busy with the SoD content as well as the anniversary that I wanted to, get the important stuff out, and the numbers update we can really do on any day, but I like to be consistent with it and try to do it every Friday. I can't wait to add anniversary numbers into our number comparison breakdowns. I think it'll add a lot of analysis and insight into where people want to go, where people are playing the game, and we should have that first week of numbers starting next week. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So it is very, very, very important to note that these numbers are raid numbers. They are the current raiders that are logged on Warcraft logs. So if you are just logging in to play the game, you are not reflected in this thing. If you do not raid and that raid is not logged, you will not show up as one of these numbers and statistics. I wish I had true number and player data. However, this is the best we have. So this is the breakdown we're going with. But anyway, let's dive right into the chart. So here are the classic TBC Cata numbers, and it goes from classic 2019 all the way to current Cataclysm. So as we can see here, these splits are right here. This is where TBC launched, this is where Wrath of the Lich King launched, and this is where Cataclysm launched all the way over here. So when looking at the population numbers, Classic held strong. It obviously people leveled up and then went into MC, but it stayed at about 300 to 400,000 people most of Classic. It fluctuated down below under 300k towards next and at the beginning, but all in all 300 to 400k active current raiders, which was awesome to see. Then we go over to TBC, where we see pretty much 300 to 400,000 raiders all the way for the entire expansion. It only drops below towards the end of Sunwell, and at the very beginning it wasn't there yet, but still TBC actually had the most consistent and concurrent raiding population, and TBC is always, at least for me, looked upon very positively. I enjoyed it a ton. It felt like a great balance of taking everything that's fun about raiding as well as the classic feel and the classic class balancing system. When we get to Wrath, a lot of convenience features are added that obviously appeal to a lot more players, and that is why we see Wrath being the most popular. It reached 626,000 players, which is just insane. Wrath of the Lich King was historically the most popular expansion. There's always just something about that nostalgia bomb of killing the Lich King, killing that Warcraft 3 villain that you grew up with, that I think appeals to a ton of people, and these numbers reflect it. Its dips were the others' averages to high points. It dipped down to 300k right before TOGC came out, and that is pretty much what these average. So Wrath had 500, 600,000 players most of its life until we get to about week 20 of ICC. That's when this starts to just go down, down, down. And then we have Cataclysm. So Cataclysm spiked early on in its rating to 317,000, and ever since those first weeks it has been nothing but a downward slope. This right here is Firelands, and Firelands gave it a nice uptick, and it is continuing with that. Actually, more people are still going over there to do Firelands, which is a really cool thing to see. It's only a 10k swing, for instance, but it's just really, really interesting to see that. And hopefully, Cata keeps going healthy, keeps going strong. I'm worried for it though, because this fall off is immense and it is fast. And when we look at the other three from the original trilogy, it is nothing like that. Next, we're going to go look at Classic Era. Classic Era has about 10,000 players for the past 2 years that have just stayed with it. It's actually quite incredible. As you can see, it was actually closer to 15 to 20,000 people rating, and then Anniversary came out and it instantly cut in half. So a lot of people probably over on Anniversary and doing it and coming over here to do it all again. So really interesting to see that. I don't understand that, personally, but, to each their own. If they want to enjoy it, they want to have fun, they want to crank Naxxramas for 5 years, more power to them. Must be pretty cool to sort of have that mindset mentality and keep going after it. So respect to all those players, and I'm happy that Blizzard has even kept those servers up and people are able to keep going and playing there. Next, we have Season of Discovery. So, as you can see, SoD is broken down into phases. This is the first phase. Right here is when Phase 2 launched. Right here is when Phase 3 launched. Right here is Phase 4. And then we have Phase 5 right over here. Now, Season of Discovery has been a roller coaster, especially for me particularly, and all the content I've been doing about it. But SoD peaked in Phase 1 at 500,000 people. Now, it is very important to note that you very easily could have alts count into this number to an absurd degree. Like, in some of these weeks, I counted as 8 players because I leveled all 8 characters to 25 to make all the rune videos for you guys and really just discover all the classes, see what I enjoyed and what I did not enjoy. And you could literally go 1 to 25 in a day, get your pre-bis, and go into BFD, which is absolutely insane. So a lot of these numbers are quite high and probably duplicate players. Then we see Phase 2 of SoD, and this is where 25 to 40, quite a commitment, quite a grind. We eventually get XP buffs, but the initial one is quite a lot. It was sitting in the monastery for 8 hours a day just cranking. And as you can see, you only have about 200,000 people that made it there from the 400k, so it's instantly cut in half. Then as people start to level up and get there, we see it go up to 330,000 with Nomeron. And however, unfortunately, this kind of fell off, and this was the shortest phase at 8 weeks. And then we went into Sunken Temple, which was a bit of a blunder for a plethora of reasons. 1, it was overtuned. 2, it became a 20-man raid, and 3, it was legitimately hard, which kind of turned off a lot of pugs from being able to do it. Nomeron had a nice balance of difficulty as well as pugability, and then we go over here to Nomeron, or we go into Sunken Temple, and it was just hard, and as you can see, just a hard player drop-off. Cata also released during this time, and a lot of people went over to there as well. This was that big drop right around here, and then people saw just kind of went all the way down to 20,000 players. However, Phase 4 launches, and Phase 4 revives SoD from the ashes. And Phase 4 was really enjoyable, doing Molten Core with the heat system. I personally loved it. Then we go into Phase 5, and as you can see, it has only gone up and stayed sturdy around here. And then we have AQ, which has been a bit of a blunder for sure of a launch. It went to 66k, went down to 58k, and it's actually going back up. So AQ has been a bit of a blunder, but it is bounding back, and we love to see that as far as a raid goes and what we are getting. I think it is always, I love to see SoD go up. I want SoD to keep being popular. SoD is the future of the classic project, and I always think it is awesome to see SoD continue to grow. Hopefully those numbers go up and not down. I always like to see that go up. The dev team has done a phenomenal job of making SoD work. But anyway, guys, that is our weekly breakdown number 17. Thank you all for always watching these. They're fun to make videos that I can just sit there and, talk about and, use some data analysis skills and not just play World of Warcraft to teach you something here in WoW or cover some patch notes. So always fun to use those skills as well. But we'd love to hear your thoughts, comments, where you think things are going. I gave you my best predictions. And until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.